This review will take a quick look at the John Bonet murder case, and when it first came out, many people suspected the parents of being responsible, but after Lou Smith was brought out of retirement, he reviewed the case and came up with a different theory as to actually what happened, and here it is. It's to the point, short, and it's rather interesting. One moment, please.
Smith set out to work this case as hard as he could.
Lou is from the old school. Follow the evidence to where the evidence takes you.
He believes the police maybe missed some very important evidence. So he goes back and he looks at everything.
Upon closer inspection of the crime scene photos, Smith uncovers something intriguing.
We heard from the police that there were no indications of forced entry into that house. But Lou Smith sees that there was indeed a broken window in the basement. John Ramsey told police that he had broken the basement window several weeks or months earlier because he got locked out of the house. Sadly, he never replaced it.
Police concluded that the window was too small for someone to have actually entered into the Ramseys' mansion. But Lou Smith disproved that theory by entering that broken window himself on camera.
This is a perfect place to go in, because nobody can see you.
In the crime scene photos, Smith notices something else out of place.
There was a suitcase up against the wall underneath the open window.
Police had dismissed the suitcase as insignificant, but Smith believes this may be another vital clue.
According to John Ramsey and the family's housekeeper, that blue suitcase was never housed in the basement, yet it was found after John Bonet was killed.
Where did this suitcase come from? That is another piece of evidence that we can't just easily ignore.
As Lou continued his investigation, he discovered something police had not, a partial footprint in the cement near where the body was discovered. Now, he was able to establish that that footprint came from a high-tech brand boot. Inevitably, the first port of call is to establish whether anyone inside that house owned a high-tech brand boot. No one did. Patsy, no. John, no. So Smith concludes that that footprint must have come from someone outside the house.
Upon analyzing the autopsy photos, Smith finds something even more alarming.
There were some things that were very, very suspicious.
The autopsy report revealed a couple of abrasions on the little girl.
2 sets of marks, one set on John Bonet's back, one on her face. The Boulder Police Department will only say they're abrasions of an unknown object.
Due to the exact placement of the marks, Smith determines they could have only come from one source.
It was the theory of Smith that she was hit with a stun gun. A stun gun is used to immobilize someone and knock them out.
He asked, did the Ramseys ever own a stun gun? No was the answer. So that makes him wonder, where did the stun gun come from? Because it's not in the house.
For Smith, this new evidence points to one thing.
His conclusion was counter to what most of the detectives had already concluded. Smith was convinced it was likely an intruder that got into that house and killed that child.
And that's a quick review of the work that Lou Smith did on the case. He's since passed on, but eventually the Ramseys were cleared, so he did a good job of reviewing that complex case. And that'll do it.